4-5 Eagles traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. The Saints are 8.5-point favorites.
Don't do it.
It's a 56-point over-under.
Yes!
Andy's almost upset of the week.
I love it.
This almost upset comes to you from
Relevation.
From sponsored by Relevation. No, this comes from the fact that Eagles are a well-coached team coming off a pretty tough defeat, and I think they make this game closer than this 8.5-point line. Maybe they even steal one in New Orleans. I know New Orleans is on fire right now. That's a huge over-under. It doesn't affect the way I'm treating the start-sit situation for New Orleans. Of course, you are must-starting Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas. But I think it's going to be a very competitive game, and I think you're going to see some fireworks from the Philadelphia offense. They're going to figure some things out. Carson Wentz and company. Alshon Jeffrey, I love him this week. Golden Tate, according to Doug Peterson, much further along this week than last week, is going to have a bigger role in the offense. That's going to help him. And then Zach Ertz is a must-start each and every week. Dominated last week. So, you know, the big question, I think, surrounded the running backs on Philadelphia. And then Mark Ingram with the nice week last week. What happens this week against Philly?
Yeah, Mark Ingram, for me, is a should start. I realize that the Eagles are a pretty good rush defense. They're middle of the pack over the last 6 weeks. But when you're at home with this high and over-under, favored by 8.5 points, that is as close to a must-start running back situation as possible, not to mention he's actually a really good running back. So, I mean, I can't imagine a situation if you can bench Mark Ingram and make the right call, then congratulations, you've got an awesome set of running backs ahead of him.
Really? Okay,
that's
so
how I feel.
The Eagles defense, they're at the in the upper echelon.
Yeah, but
they only give up 17.9 points per game on the season to running backs. What's the last few weeks?
The last 6 weeks, they are 16th ranked, so they're right in the middle, and they've had some injuries on their defense.
Their defense, I think,
so would you play,
in trouble.
Would you play Lindsey or would you play Mark Ingram?
I would play Mark Ingram.
I would play Mark Ingram.
You both agree on that one.
For me, talking just down to game script, this will come down to how well does Carson Wentz play on the road, because they're going to have to keep up. The Saints are going to put up points. I think Drew Brees is going to have a monster game. Ronald Darby, cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles, he is out with the torn ACL. They are banged up in the secondary. Michael Thomas is going to be an all-you-can-eat buffet, and targets are on the menu.
If that's the case, what do you do with the very disappointing performance from Traquan Smith last week, where he fully goosed, and he's only averaging 3 targets and 21 yards a game since that 2-touchdown game?
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking into him because he is a flyer where I think he's worth the risk. I mean, could he go out there and have 15 yards and 1 reception? Sure. But he has as high a probability to me of having a 50-yard touchdown as any other player in the league this week.
Traquan or Tyrell Williams?
I'm a Tyrell.
Williams, I would put Tyrell ahead. Okay. He's had more opportunity.
What about Tate in the same game?
Oh, I would go Traquan over Tate.
I would take Tate.
We still don't know Tate's involvement. He was clearly behind Jordan Matthews last week. Now, that's understandable. First week in. And they're going to get him more involved. Maybe this is the week, but since I don't know that, and there's the upside with Traquan, I see the potential for a good game from Traquan.
Mike, where do you sit between those two?
I would play Traquan.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to give Golden Tate one more week to acclimate to the offense.
Alshon Jeffrey still averaging 8.7 targets per game. I expect him to have a better game against this Saints defense that is still dead last in the league against opposing wide receivers, giving up almost 40 fantasy points a game. You always start Carson Wentz right now. He's the quarterback 4 in fantasy points per game since week 4, and we all have him at number 4 for the week. So I think we all hope, as fantasy owners, for the shootout that is being expected by Vegas.
Yes.
Hey, guess what? Click that subscribe button, and I might send you something in the mail. Maybe. You should do it.